Yo, it's the Lytics, Joeylytics. Trevor Bauer is out here on Twitter, uh, tripping, acting crazy. Anyway, John Heyman's reporting that he wants a whole lot of money. Trevor Bauer and his agent are refuting that. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna talk about it. Stick with me. It's the Lytics. Welcome to Joey Lytics on the Council Sports Talk. I am your host, Joey D. Please, of course, leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe. Definitely punch up those likes for me. Like and follow the Council Sports Talk on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Follow at and on Instagram at Council Talk. And that's Twitter and Instagram at Council Talk. Trevor Bauer is had a little bit of a back and forth with John Heyman on Twitter. Let's talk about it. Let's dig into it. Uh, so, Trevor Bauer is seeking a free agent deal, reportedly now valued at up to $40 to $50 million per year. And this was reported in a tweet by John Heyman. Before I go forward, I want to just cite two websites, yanksgoyard.com. Adam Weinrob, who has an article on an angle to this that would be very interesting, the Garrett Cole angle to this. And the score.com, Simon Sharkey Gottlieb has a good article on this. So the tweet came from John Heyman, and he says, interested teams suggest Trevor Bauer seeks a 5 to 6 year deal for $36 to $40 million. Bauer is coming off a brilliant Cy Young season, but the star market is slow. The record AAV is $36 million by Bauer's UCLA teammate Garrett Cole. Agent Rachel Luba declines comment on talks. That was a tweet from John Heyman. And again, there is another mention of Garrett Cole, which is interesting. Um, Trevor Bauer responded to the tweet. And here was his response. John, thank God for you. A little sarcasm. I'm learning so much about my free agency from your tweets. Keep them coming. Also, at agent Rachel Luba is her Twitter tag in case you want to tag her next time. All right. And I believe Heyman responded with she did actually text back to decline comment. Rachel Luba, the agent, then responded to John Heyman's tweet. I've been traveling all day and haven't opened your text regarding contract lengths and amounts. If you're referring to prior conversations we've had when I declined to comment, I feel it's disingenuous to tweet this without giving me a chance to respond to your text this evening. All right, so that's a little bit of a strange back and forth between the Bauer camp and John Heyman. And again, check that out on the score.com. Simon Sharkey Gottlieb kind of highlights that Twitter beef. The the perspective that Adam Weinrib has at yanksgoyard.com is also interesting. And I'm starting to feel like there's a little bit of a competition in the mind of Trevor Bauer when it comes to he and Garrett Cole wanting to potentially beat Garrett Cole's contract. But to me, that's not even the biggest part of this story. Um, the Yankee perspective is one where Yankee fans may be interested in bringing Trevor Bauer to the Yankees, which I believe, as a Yankee fan, would be a huge mistake. But what Wine Rib is highlighting here is interesting because it shows that Bauer's willingness to engage with the media in such a context really establishes him as an individual with very thin skin, and he wouldn't be able to survive in New York for long if he's not going to be. If he's everything that's written about him, he has to react. And again, it doesn't seem John Heyman did not report anything here that is negative. It's he's just reported information that he received. So my initial reaction here is basically the Trevor Bauer free agency is supposed to be some type of monumental free agency, or I know I expected to see Trevor Bauer do something that I always think players should want to do. It kind of is the narrative is he was looking to do something on the short term, bet on himself, and take short term deals, like a LeBron in the NBA, where he would get high annual values for short terms. So I was expecting Trevor Bauer to sign something like $120 million for 3 years, something like that. All right, but Heyman is reporting that he's looking for a long term deal, up to 6 years, um, and up to 6 years and $240 million. So additionally, when you look, well, let's look at it like this. If Trevor Bauer is actually looking for that much, which why wouldn't he be? It is an opportunity for him to secure the bag. And again, um, I'm going to cite Simon Sharkey Gottlieb for starting his article on in the score.com with that phrase, which is perfect. So yes, he's looking to secure the bag. If that's the case, it becomes a little bit problematic to me because he's not worth it. So again, when you're trying to figure out what Bauer's angle is on this, it's is he trying to artificially inflate his value while telling the public that he's looking for something reasonable, right? So I mean, really, what's the purpose? You're a free agent. You put in your time, bro. You earned this opportunity to go out there and collect every possible dime that you can get. So why refute that? Why is that a problem? It's what is expected. It is what you deserve. So why is that an issue? So here's the truth when it comes to Trevor Bauer, looking at his career arc as a major league pitcher. All right, in terms of where his value is. All right, he appeared first in 2012 for Arizona at age 21, and again, that was a quick push to the major leagues because he was drafted in 2011. All right, he was drafted in 2011 in the first round by the Diamondbacks, third overall. So definitely high pedigree prospect. Appears in 2012. Blah blah blah. We'll throw that away. 2013, he comes back up, gets another 4 starts in. We'll throw that away. And that 2013 season was with the Indians. And then 14, he becomes a regular member of the Cleveland Indians pitching rotation. 26 starts, 4.18 ERA, 153 innings, 151 hits given up, 4.01 FIP. He, at this point, to me, that's a good season for what really is his first season and probably technically his rookie season. His next season, 2015, with the Indians, 152 hits given up in 176 innings with a ERA of um, ERA of 4.55. So kind of average, good numbers, good peripheral numbers, but the ERA is not good. All right. Next season, 4.26, 190 innings. Next season, 4.19, 176 innings. And at this point, he is an average major league pitcher, right? He's an average guy. Now, above average stuff, but average results. And we can argue about however you want to value ERA. I put high value in ERA. That's just what I do. Um, when you look at the next season, he takes the next step, and he does so in resounding uh, fashion. And this is 2018. He goes 12-6 with a 2.21, 175 innings pitched, only 134 innings given up. He leads the league in fielding independent. Pitching at 2.44, sixth in the Cy Young voting, All Star, 22nd in MVP voting. Uh, big jump. He gets traded this season to Cincinnati. Okay. Hold on a second. 2018, 2019. His next season, starts out with the Indians, goes 3.8 ERA in 156 innings, still only giving up 127 hits. So still doing well, but a little bit of a step down from his dominance in the previous season, which is expected. Being able to do that in multiple years is not a thing. Um, 2019, he gets traded to the Indians, to the Reds. 6.39 ERA for the Reds. All right, with 56 innings pitched, 10 starts. And now we get to the 2020 season, where as a statistical sample is trash. All right, let's not even play with it. 2020 as a sample is trash. 2020 as a season, as a competition, phenomenal. As a statistical sample, usually it's gonna be pretty meaningless. Um, but of course, he is dominant beyond belief. 1.73 ERA in 11 starts, two complete games, two shutouts. I mean, a total beast, total ace, number one guy, everything. Cy Young winner and the MVP. But going forward, he is now in his career 3.9 ERA with 1,200 innings and 195 starts. Good numbers. Are those the numbers that you give $240 million to a guy to? And at age 29, going into his age 30 season. And if, in my opinion, trending up, yeah, maybe, but I don't feel like a trend up is established to the point where of dominant ace starter, right? His trend has been up since the 2018 season with Cleveland where he was dominant, but that guy gets the bag that he's looking for. If you would have repeated that over 2019 and 2020, 2020 is the statistical anomaly. 2019 is really where you stand, in my opinion. All right. So I don't see Trevor Bauer as a guy that you sink 6 years, 240 over $40 million at $40 million a year to, because you can't really trust that he'll continue to be great. And this is independent of any advanced tool analytics like spin rate and things like that may point to him finding something where he's going to be able to maintain a level of dominance going forward. I don't know that uh, to be the case. All right. One thing I also like about Trevor Bauer, though, is he has a lot of postseason experience, 7 starts, 11 games overall, with a 2.94 ERA. That's great. But Garrett Cole, though, Garrett Cole, though, if you're going to get paid like Garrett Cole, you're going to need to be Garrett Cole. And woo, Garrett Cole, same draft, taken first. Trevor Bauer went third. All right. Garrett Cole's big league debut 2013 for the full season. So he actually beats Trevor Bauer to the big leagues in terms of being a full time rotation guy. All right. And immediately, Garrett Cole is not playing. Immediately. 10-7 in his rookie year in 19 starts, 117 innings, 3.22 ERA. Next season, 22 starts, 138 innings, 3.65 ERA, 138 Ks. Next season, establishes number one ace guy, 32 innings, 32 starts, 2.6 ERA, 208 innings, 202 Ks. Um, he falls back 3.88, 4.26 the next two seasons in 116 and then 203 innings. There was an injury in that 2016 season. But he does fall back from him establishing himself as an ace until he gets to Houston, starts pitching up in the zone, and then he becomes a whole other guy. He becomes Nolan Ryan, total next level guy. And in those 2 years at Houston, 2.88 and 2.50 ERA, 32 and 33 starts, 200 and 212 innings pitched, 276 and 326 strikeouts. The 2020 season with the Yankees, dominant, dominant. 2.84 ERA, 12 stars, 73 innings. All right, so you know what you're getting when you paid for Garrett Cole. You don't necessarily know what you're getting if you do the same in the case of Trevor Bauer. Where does Trevor Bauer's potential $240 million contract, where would that land Trevor Bauer in terms of ranking amongst all-time highest paid pitching contracts? And here it is. Garrett Cole, $324 million total value. Steven Strasburg, $245 million total value. Trevor Bauer wants to be next. With no fees or minimums, and he is not next. And that's where the issue comes into play. You can't get slotted in there between Strasburg and David Price, then Kershaw, then Scherzer, then Greinke, Verlander, Felix Hernandez, CC, Tanaka's deal, and John Lester's deal. Maybe down there in the 9, 10, 8, 9, 10 area, right, maxing all the way out, but not up there at the top. Is not where Trevor Bauer value sits, in my opinion. Now, that really doesn't mean a thing because his value is what someone is willing to pay him. Okay, the the list of suitors out there includes the New York Mets, included the New York Yankees, included the LA Angels, and of all those teams, the Angels are in the biggest need for a ace starting pitcher, but I don't feel like they have the flexibility at this point to go out there and drop that kind of money. So who knows what maybe he's trying to push them, create some type of an artificial market. We don't know, to try to push the price up. So all in all, here's the question: what's up with Trevor Bauer? Is he just trolling? What possibly could be his angle for trying to get at John Heyman? Um, he's got his own media brand. I'm uncomfortable watching his channel because I feel like it's an opportunity for him to manipulate public perception of him. Sure, go ahead, do it if you can get away with it. But I'm not necessarily gonna buy into it. So, what could be his angle? Is it the Garrett Cole rivalry? Does he's looking to discredit the media and build his brand? Uh, maybe he doesn't want it to be public that when he ends up signing for less money, that he had to settle. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Of course, share, like, subscribe.